Bonnie.
And I'm Stacey.
We are Red Wine, Redheads and Real Estate. We decided to start this real estate vlog.
Vlog slash podcast, because we're going to put the audio out too.
So that we could kind of demystify real estate and help people, buyers, sellers, whatnot, to understand what do we really do as realtors. We both work for Properties, and today we're going to be talking about being a buyer's agent and understanding what buyer's agents do for their clients. Typically, what we find people doing before they call us for assistance, they search online. I mean, everybody searches online, right? It's just what we're made to do now. So you go and you start your search on Zillow, and there's a lot of confusion when buyers look at Zillow and they say, "Oh, I like house number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5," and they start calling agents.
The first person they see, they call. They go to one house, they call the first person that pops there. They go to the next house, they call the first person that pops up.
Okay, so basically what people do is they end up calling a listing agent who is not the agent that you really want to talk to. Okay, basically they are selling a home for someone. You want someone who sells for you, so who's looking out for your best interest. So you've called. There's 5 different houses, 5 different agents, and they all want to show you their houses. If you have one buyer's agent, they can show you all those 5 houses and more. So calling a listing agent isn't the best thing for you. They're not looking out for you.
Yeah, you want a separate agent. And mind you, this does not cost you anything. The commission is already negotiated with the seller and their listing agent. So the buyer's agent gets paid from that commission as well. So the buyer's agent will take you into the home and point out things that may be issues and help you negotiate a price and blah, blah, blah. But the listing agent works for the sellers. So they're not going to help you negotiate a price. They're not going to point things out in the home. They're not going to help you at all. So it's good to get your own agent.
And one agent can look for all the homes for you. You only need one. So that is a big thing. I think a lot of people get confused at when they start searching on Zillow, on Realtor.com, or any of those sites. Another thing that buyer's agents can do, I like to look at us as like detectives. We like to take down the details on what you're looking for and find houses that you can view view online. We send you leads and let you see what meets your criteria, and then you decide whether you want to see them. We have access to homes not on MLS yet, which is
Private Listing Network.
The Private Listing Network, yes. Basically, homes are in the PLN before they get on the MLS if they have not had their pictures taken, if they're not fully painted or ready to be online.
Or if someone's like getting divorced or going through foreclosure and they don't want people to know, sometimes they never go live public.
So that's kind of on the down low. So and in at Properties alone, we have over 3,000 realtors that we work together with. They call it pocket listings. I know of a home coming on in a few weeks. Oh, I have a client who's looking for something similar, and they start talking, and you never get to see that house because it gets sold
within our company.
Yes.
And those are properties that a lot of them aren't even on the PLN yet.
Yes.
So only at Properties agents can see them because they're only in our app. So we have like first dibs on like all these properties.
So by the time the homes you are looking at on Zillow and Realtor and whatnot, everybody's seen those homes. They have gone. Everybody's
You're getting the leftovers.
I guess if you want to call it that way. Not that they're bad. They're just, everybody can see that. There is nothing.
You missed out on the good pickings.
Yes.
Like when the guy at the grocery store brings the cart of oranges out, and you're the first person there.
That's kind of how it is.
Yeah.
So by working with an agent, that really gives you an advantage over people who are searching on their own. What else is important?
So there are a lot of steps to this process, which I don't think buyers really know. And it's really after you decide which home you want, that's when you actually really, really need your agent. Because there are a lot of things that you are going to have to do. First being pre-approval. You're actually going to want to get a pre-approval, unless you're paying cash. You want to get your pre-approval before you start looking.
Well, if you aren't pre-approved to mortgage a home, then you're not going to be a listing agent. It's not going to take your bid for their home. So you find this great home and you want to make an offer on it, and the first question is, are they pre-approved and for how much? And they say, wait a minute, I have to start my lender process, and other people will come in and get that home before you are. So it's really important.
You can submit your bid, but they won't consider it until they see that you can afford it. So
yes, because otherwise it wastes their time, wastes your time. Everybody likes to look at beautiful homes, and you know, but you really want to look for something that's affordable to you in your right price range. And lenders have limitations, whether you have to sell what you own first before you can make a purchase, or whether you have enough cash to make a purchase.
Yeah, and then you're well informed on what you can afford. And actually, each house is different, so you can, any house you're considering, you can go back to your lender and say, hey, I'm considering this house, because they have to factor in taxes. So even the amount that you're approved for may vary from home to home.
Yes. So we definitely encourage everyone to get pre-approved. Pre-approval is more important than pre-qualified. Pre-qualified just says that it's a very minimal check into your background, into your financial background, and something interesting that people, like, friends don't always want to use friends as real estate agents because they're afraid that we will know all their financial background. Like, we really don't. The only thing that we know is how much you're qualified to spend on a home.
Right.
How much you can get a mortgage for, and that's really all we know. We don't know what your income is. We don't know what your bank statements are. That is really between you and your lender. It has nothing to do with us.
Yeah, we never see that stuff.
No,
we see the letter at the end.
Yes, that's it. So hopefully you guys
use your friends.
Use your friends. You never know. They're nice people.
Yeah, you like them already. So right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what we're hoping for, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Never done it yet,
but yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Besides being like real estate detectives and looking for homes, we are also a great what's the word I'm looking for? We are a great resource for resources. We know people.
Yes.
I'll never forget when my sister was buying her first home. It was just so many years ago, and she was so excited that she had people. And I said, "What? You have people?" She's got a lender, and she's got an attorney, and she's got an inspector, and there are a lot of people you need when you're making a home purchase. So, a realtor can get you a lot of sources they've used before. They've had great experiences with it. We have access to attorneys. We have access to inspectors. We have access to handymen. You name it. We have a lot of great resources.
And we have clients that have used them several times. Like, we recommend them because they have good results consistently. So it's not like you're using someone blind that nobody knows. Plus, it's overwhelming because buyers don't really know ahead of time. Some do, but most don't think that they're going to need, oh my gosh, I need a lender, I need an inspector, I need, this and that. I need someone, electrician to do an estimate. So it's good to have at least a team available to you. You may know people that do these things that you can certainly use your own. But at least if you do need one, we have resources for you.
Yes, yes. Another great thing that we do for our clients is we help them figure out what the best price is to make an offer on a house.
That's a big one.
It is a really big one. A listing agent won't do that. If you start talking to one, it puts them in the position that you like. Let's use our wine glasses here. We got a bottle. So yeah. So this is the home.
Okay.
This is the home, and this is the buyer, and this is the seller.
Okay.
So if you want to make an offer and you're talking to the listing agent for this wine glass over here, they really can't advise you on your price. They can say you can be their client, but they take a piece of paper and all they can do is you can't see my paper, but it's right
there. They
say,
what do you want to offer?
What do you want to offer? And they write it on the paper and they give it to
the seller.
And the seller writes a number and gives it back to the buyer.
Yeah.
So there really is no care in taking care of you, the buyer. They can't advise you because how can they advise one without the other?
Right.
So
basically you become, we shouldn't say this because it is possible to do dual agency, but we should say it because we're being honest. You basically become a paper pusher.
It's a
disadvantage. As an agent.
It's a disadvantage to you, the buyer.
Yeah.
Okay?
And
the seller too. You don't get what you're paying for. It's a free service, but you don't get advice.
It's a conflict of interest.
It is. And people just have to kind of sit in the middle like the bottle. And they can't say good for you or bad for you or don't do that or do that. You can't do that. They just can push the number back and forth. And you deserve the best. You deserve someone who says, this is the right price. I've done an analysis of the market. I know this is the right price. Make an offer. And if you make an offer with good advice, more than likely, your offer will be taken, or at least negotiated to a mutually agreed upon offer.
Right. And an agent can help you with that as well, because people actually do get offended sometimes, and then will just not deal with you anymore.
Yes.
It's a very emotional thing I've noticed for buyers and sellers. So your agent can help you make a fair offer, and try to get you the best deal with making a fair offer.
So by not using an agent or by using the listing agent in a dual agent capacity, I think it's just a disadvantage to you. You're not gaining all the full benefit of using an agent on your behalf.
No, unless you found the home on Zillow and you're like, okay, yes, I'm going to pay that price. You call up the listing agent and say, okay, I'm going to give you your ask price. Let's sign the papers. Then there's no negotiating. There's nothing to really be done. So that's fine, but most times it's not like that.
Most times it's definitely not like that.
Yeah, sellers want the most they can get, and buyers want to pay the least. So
yes, agreed.
Yeah. So when you start seriously looking, you want to have your attorney chosen, because once you put in an offer and the offer is accepted, the timeline starts ticking. And we're not going to talk about that right now because the timeline's actually changing. The contract is changing. March 1st?
It goes into effect March 1st, 2019.
So we're not going to talk about that now because it's confusing, but the clock does start ticking for attorney review. So you want to have your attorney picked out once you start looking, before you make your offer. Yes,
because there's definitely a time frame that you need to, once your offer is accepted, earnest money has been put down, then you have to get an inspection done within 5 business days, and an attorney review starts also, so they can look at the contract. So you're on the clock, and it's a really high pressure time. So it's best to have these resources available to you. And as I mentioned earlier, if you don't know of anybody, we're happy to recommend. These are not people that we don't get any rebates or money for referring people. No. It is just people that we've known and worked with in the past. That
you may get a rebate because sometimes, some attorneys will give discounts to clients of real estate agents, a lower price,
Yeah.
So that could be in your best interest as well.
But attorneys and inspectors, they're looking out for you, the buyer, and you should always get an inspection, even if it's just systems and safety and systems, looking at how everything, the appliances work and furnace and the roof, like the important stuff. Paint. Little cosmetic changes are not huge, but definitely you want to make sure the house is sound. It doesn't have any big hiding problems. It's not going to end up costing you a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth the, whatever it is, low end $300 to $700 to do the inspection, because, they can uncover something that would be a huge expense. And even if you end up not buying the house, you're out $700, you're not out $30,000.
Correct.
So
correct.
And you shouldn't look at it as being out. I mean, it's part of the process, really.
Yeah.
Another thing we recommend is a radon inspection. You're actually not required to have an attorney or have an inspection, but it's really nuts not to do it. So a radon inspection is like maybe ranges from $125 to $200 more. But I would say in almost every case, except like an as-is sale, if there is a radon problem, the seller will mitigate it, because that is a safety issue. And that can be like $1,500, $2,000. So right there, that $200 is worth it. And it does happen a lot, actually, where there is radon.
Yeah, well, if you have a basement, or you're living in your home, or a condo is a below ground type of a living situation, or you have bedrooms down below, you definitely need to. It's
no
worth question.
It. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right, because one, you want to be safe, and two, if it shows up, you want the seller to pay for it.
Definitely.
So,
when we decided to start this vlog, we decided to include red wine, because we're both redheads. We love real estate and red wine. So we thought every time.
She actually likes white wine better, so we're probably going to do white wine in between each one, but it just didn't sound good.
No, it didn't. So we figured it'd be kind of fun to sample a new wine every time we do this, and then kind of let you know what we think about it. Just something fun. So this bottle is, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's called La Boche. La Boche? I don't know. It's from 2003.
Reserva.
It's from Italy. It's very tasty.
Mm-hmm. It's a Chianti.
It's very light.
So, yeah, we're in no way wine experts.
No, not at all.
In any way. We like to drink it, So we're just regular ladies, and we're going to taste a wine every week. We're going to tell you what we think of it and try to explain how it tastes. And then we'll tell you what the reviews are on it, or what the brand says about it. So let's take a sip.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm swirling this, because I don't really know what it does.
It opens it up. It is very light. It's very, very light.
It's very light. It's pretty smooth. Mm-hmm. It's dry.
Mm-hmm. She's doing all the S's.
We learned that last week.
The swishing and the
you're rapid
smelling and and the swirling. I don't know.
I honestly can't describe what it smells like. It smells like wine.
It does.
What does it smell like to you? Do you smell anything?
It smells like wine. It smells like wine. But it's good.
I don't know. It's maybe like I don't know. I don't know if I can't describe it. It does. It is good. It doesn't make you want to spit it out.
No. I would definitely let you know.
You could finish that glass, right?
I could. Yes.
Okay. So it's really good. It's a Chianti. It tastes like a Chianti, I guess.
You know what? As we do these, we'll kind of start comparing more, because we'll know what better comparison.
Yeah, well, better comparison. So it's pretty good. So we're gonna take a look at the what it says about the wine, and then we'll get back to you.
Sounds good.
Okay. So we looked the wine up. It retails for about $12.49. So we're kind of relieved because this wine was already at Bonnie's house, and we didn't know, it could have been
super
a $10
expensive
bottle or a $500 bottle. We had no idea. So we're safe. But yes, it's very good. We read that some other reviews said that it had like an oak finish. It was very dry. Light tannin finish at the end, which I don't know what that means. But all in all, it's a very good wine. Don't know where you can get it. We did find it online, though. And that's that. So that's our wine for the week. So this is our first episode. So this is our episode 1. And we would like your feedback very much. So we'd like you to comment. Nothing really nasty. That would be nice. But if you have any constructive criticism or ideas for future shows, we would love to hear that. We would love to hear your feedback. We know this one was a little rough. It's our first one, but we're going to keep going on a weekly basis, and let us know what you'd want to see. Thanks so much.
Thank you.